evening, ladies and gentlemen. For the last 2 days, I've been in the hub, sacred hub of Coimbatore, speaking to the spiritual guiding light, Sadhguruji, about Ram, religion and Rajniti. I'll get you an excerpt of that interview later on the show, but this visit has left me wondering about what is secularism as we define it today. Is it being anti-religion? Is it about deriding religion? Or is it about accepting all faiths and respecting the Aastha of all? These questions are relevant today in the light of the Ram Mandir inauguration scheduled for the 22nd of January. Ever since this day has been declared, the realization of the Aastha of 1 billion Hindus who have won this battle after a 550-year-long fight and finally got this through the law of the land, through the apex court, the highest court of the land in India, the Supreme Court. But the self-appointed secular torchbearers have taken it upon themselves to call either Ram a poll agent of the BJP or a symbol of Hindu Rashtra, and even claiming that Ram has been kidnapped. Today, after months of Rajniti over Ram Mandir and the Hindu faith, the Prime Minister has himself lashed out at the Ram Virodhis in the I.N.D.I.A alliance. In a rally in Kerala's Thrissur, while addressing 2 lakh women, the Prime Minister lashed out at the opposition for hurting the Aastha of Hindus and looting the mandirs in the name of secularism. This was specifically in the context of the left government's alleged mismanagement of the Sabrimala pilgrimage and in the larger context of the opposition's bid to perhaps drag in Ram into the politics of 2024 polls. Listen in to Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
इंडी गठबंधन हमारी आस्था पर चोट करता है। इन्होंने मंदिरों को, हमारे त्योहारों को भी लूट का माध्यम बना दिया है। त्रिशूलपुरम के साथ जिस प्रकार की राजनीति की जा रही है वो दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण है। सबरीमाला में भी जिस प्रकार की अव्यवस्था सामने आई है उससे भी श्रद्धालुओं को बहुत असुविधा आई है। ये यहां की राज्य सरकार की अक्षमता का प्रमाण है।
Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath has also added that many over the centuries have tried to challenge Sanatan Dharma, but it survived the test of time and faith. Listen in to UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath.
धर्म एक ही है और वो सनातन धर्म है। बाकी पर्सनैलिटियां हो सकती हैं, पंथ हो सकते हैं, संप्रदाय हो सकते हैं। हर देश, हर काल, हर परिस्थिति में जो अपनी जीवंतता को बनाए रखा है, बिना टिके, बिना हटे, बिना झुके, वह बना रहा है। और इसीलिए दुनिया के अंदर बहुत कुछ आए, बहुत कुछ चले गए, बहुत सारे लोग आए, बहुत सारे लोग चले गए, लेकिन सनातन धर्म अपनी इस अनवरत यात्रा को सम और विषम परिस्थितियों का सामना करते हुए निरंतर बनाए दे रहे हैं। कुछ कालखंड में कुछ बैरियर आए होंगे, कुछ बाधाएं आई होंगी, कुछ चुनौतियां आई होंगी। अगर हमने बाधाओं का सामना नहीं किया, वे कुछ दिन तक, कुछ देरी तक उन्होंने समाज को चुनौती दी होगी, सनातन धर्मावलंबियों को चुनौती दी होगी, लेकिन जब एकजुट होकर के स्वर एकजुट होकर के निकल पड़ा और एक स्वर में पूरा भारत बोल पड़ा तो विजयश्री का वर्णन करने में बहुत देर नहीं लगी है।
But what prompted the Prime Minister and Yogi Adityanath to stand by the Aastha of Hindus? Even today, leaders of the opposition, mainly the Congress party, have gone on a Sanatan sullying spree. First, B.K. Hari Prasad equates the consecration to Godhra train killing. Says there could be another Godhra happening very soon. Then Yatindra Siddaramaiah, although he did not say it in the context of the Ram Mandir, but said that the biggest fear in India is that it is turning into a Hindu Rashtra, the second person after Sam Pitroda to say that. Listen in to these so-called fear-mongering bites of the opposition.
We have seen how these people try to disturb the peace and, try to fish in the troubled waters. And since the Lok Sabha elections are nearby, anything may happen. So they last time it was a Pulwama. What they did in Gujarat, what was Godhra, what they did in Kandahar, we have seen it. And they may say that Congress can't blame because of 84. 84 within a week, the things were under control.
ಅಂಬೇಡ್ಕರ್ ಅವರೇ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶ ಏನಾದರೂ ಹಿಂದೂ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ದೊಡ್ಡದಾದ ಅಪಾಯ ಈ ದೇಶಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾವುದೂ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. ಇವತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ನೆರೆ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಗಳನ್ನೇ ನೋಡಿ, ಪಾಕಿಸ್ತಾನ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಅಫ್ಘಾನಿಸ್ತಾನ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಇರಾನ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಅಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ, ಧರ್ಮದ ಹೆಸರಲ್ಲಿ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರನ ಅವರು ಸ್ಥಾಪನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿಂದ, ಧರ್ಮದ ಹೆಸರಲ್ಲಿ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರ ನಡೆಸೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅವರು ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ಸರ್ವಾಧಿಕಾರಿತ್ವಕ್ಕೆ ಹೊರಡಬೇಕಾಯಿತು. ದೇಶ ವಿನಾಶ ಸ್ಥಿತಿಗೆ ಹೋಯಿತು. ಮತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿನ ಜನರು ತಮ್ಮ ಹಕ್ಕುಗಳನ್ನು ಕಳ್ಕೋಬೇಕಾಯಿತು.
So, ladies and gentlemen, is the Prime Minister correct in saying that the only thing that India bloc knows is how to hurt Hindu Aastha? Let's remind you of the statements made by the opposition in the last few months. Listen in.
राम हमारा भगवान है, लेकिन भाजपा राम को वो भूत एजेंट की तरह ट्रीट करता है.
And people of India will have to decide what kind of a nation they want to build. Do they want to build a Hindu Rashtra, or they want to build a nation which is truly secular?
लाखोच्या संख्येने हिंदू बोलवायचे, बस, गाड्या, ट्रेन सगळ्यात यायचं आणि तिकडनं झाल्यानंतर परतताना मध्ये कुठेतरी गोधरा घडवायचा. करू शकतात, अल्लाह होऊ शकतो.
Prime Minister goes to a Nisat family, that he goes to a lower caste person. Then what does it show? That you are trying to bring back the old system.
अल्लाह से दुआ करेंगे कि अल्लाह ताला के इस बाबरी मस्जिद जो हमसे छीन ली गई है वो हमें वापस दे दी जाए.
नौजवानों, मस्जिदों को आबाद रखो. कहीं ऐसा ना हो कि मस्जिदें हमसे छीन ली जाए.
So is Ram a communal figure? And the consecration ceremony, has it been hijacked by the BJP? Tonight on the Newshour Fact Check, we show you how Ram, even today, is uniting Bharat. Here's how Ram is bridging the communal divide. A Muslim woman, Shabnam, is walking almost 1,500 kilometers from Mumbai to Ayodhya. She identifies herself as a Ram Bhakt. As part of Akshat Kalash Yatra, even Muslims have been given Akshat and invited for the consecration of Ram on the 22nd of January. In fact, Babri's main litigant Iqbal Ansari even showered petals on Prime Minister Modi. Ram is also bridging the north-south divide. Look at the Ram Mandir itself. While Dravidian architecture has been incorporated, the Ramlala idol to be placed in the Garbhagriha is sculpted by an idol maker from Mysuru. An Udupi priest will be performing the Mandala Puja. Ram is also bridging the caste divide. Bihar BJP has launched the Love Kush Yatra for Kurmis, Kushwahas across 22 districts. Mata Shabri, Bhojanalayas and Nishad Raj guest houses have also been set up. Even the international airport in Ayodhya is named after Valmiki. So, ladies and gentlemen, the question that we are asking on The news hour tonight is just simply this. Who is fear-mongering, and is it secular to sully Sanatan? That's the question, and that's the debate on the other.
You're watching the News Hour at 9. Debate number 1 on Times Now. Super Prime Time.
Joining the debate tonight, Ajay Alok, national spokesperson of the BJP. Also joining Dr. Anand Ranganathan, author, scientist. I also have Kamru Zaman Chaudhary of the Congress Party joining the debate. Abbas Haider of the Samajwadi Party with us this evening. And of course, Mr. Waris Pathan, national spokesperson of the AIMIM, also joining the debate. Kamru Zaman Chaudhary, my question to you is straightforward. On the one hand, Godhra fear-mongering is happening by B.K. Hari Prasad. On the other, Digvijay Singh hasn't commented on whether Sonia Gandhi or any senior leader of the Congress party is going for the 22nd January consecration ceremony. But he's very worried about which Ram Lalla idol will be placed, even after Dharm Gurus in Ayodhya have come out and given all details of the new Ram Lalla idol, and in front of it will be the old traditional Ram Lalla idol, and all the details of the consecration ceremony. My question to you is it, as the Prime Minister has said, secular to actually hurt Hindu feelings? That's the question today you will have to answer, because even the Shiv Sena is preaching to you in the Samna that you should be going for the Ram Mandir consecration. But the Congress party seems to be double-minded, confused, on the one hand not interested, on the other hand all the time pricking and hurting the Hindu faith.
Now, Navika, good evening. You know, this entire issue of the inauguration of the Ram Mandir is all decided by the Supreme Court. Though the dates and the ceremonies that are associated are being decided by the VHP, RSS and the Bharatiya Janata Party, there is no problem absolutely up to that time. You know, when you speak about fear-mongering, I will say these are apprehensions. Because, 5,000 Karyakartas are being collected and sponsored to visit Ayodhya after 22nd of March by the Bharatiya Janata Party from each of the 543 parliamentary constituencies. Organization of the Akshat Kalash Yatra, organization of the Lav Kush Yatra, passing through areas where there is a potential of what you call this communal disturbances there. Now, is the government prepared to handle such disturbances that might take place? We all have undergone the December 6, 1992, wherein thousands of people were affected because of one single criminal act by some goons who demolished the Babri Masjid at that time. Now it has been decided as of now that the Ram Mandir is going to come out on this. Now, who does benefit from this entire exercise? Don't you think that the excessive use of Ram Mandir as a tool for 2024 elections as a campaigning, don't you think that the entire overemphasis is subjugating the other societal issues that India is facing right now? Don't you think that it is creating more of a us versus them mentality among the Indian society? These are certain crucial issues that need to be debated. It's not that whether Ram Lalla needs to be installed of 1947 or of 2023. Then the question will be asked, why was the 300-year-old Ram Janmasthan Mandir demolished by the Vishwa Hindu Parishad in 2020? Don't you think that that itself is a sacrilege against the Hindu religion? These people are dhongis of the Bharatiya Janata Party and the Sangh Parivar and the entire ecosystem that is debating for and against the India alliance. The basic point that I want to drive out here is that Ram Mandir is being set up on the directions of the Supreme Court, and it's a question of Aastha of 140 crore people of India and abroad. There is no dispute up to that point. But then Dikhawa, thousands of crores being spent on just the publicity of this inauguration of the Ram
pretenders,
Mandir.
liars. That's what Kamru Zaman Chaudhary is calling you, Ajay Alok ji. खुद जाना नहीं है, but you are the dhongis, the liars and the pretenders. Please respond to the Congress leader.
No, the Kamrul Jama is doing absolutely right thing. He's performing his dharma by criticizing Hindu religion. He's performing his dharma by having the aspiration to destroy Sanatan. He's just performing his dharma, which he's so used to perform in regularity for the last so many years, like his other Congress party and all. By the way, he said just now that there were some goons who destroyed the Babri Masjid. As far as I remember, it was Bala Saheb Thackeray who said that my people destroyed the Babri Masjid. So Congress party is standing with goons? He should clarify that. This is the contradiction in India alliance. Now there is a very important aspect, Navika, which your viewers must
quoting from the
Prime
court
Minister was
judgment.
referring to Thrissur
From the
Puram.
court judgment.
When please let me complete. Please let me complete. Please let me complete. When the Prime Minister mentioned Thrissur Puram, he was clearly mentioning to the jazia what has been imposed there, just to hurt the sentiments of Hindu. This is a new tax. Like Akbar removed jazia, but before that, the jazia was imposed on Hindu on visiting their pilgrimage. That's what Thrissur Puram controversy is. This board, Devasam board, they have increased the rentals. And this Devasam board is being controlled by their Kamrul friend, communists. So why all hatred in this whole world for Hindus only? Why you want to finish Sanatan? Sanatan is like Corona and all this. Now this Hari Prasad is comparing another Godhra is likely to happen in Karnataka. Whose government is there in Karnataka? Whose responsibility is for law and order? Right now you were mentioning that what happens to this government prepared? The state government is responsible for law and order activity. And overall activity is being monitored by the center. And by the way, let me correct you. It's not 5,000 Karyakarta from every Lok Sabha. It's 50,000 Karyakarta. And we will take them. Because they want to come and they are coming on their own. If you don't have faith, that doesn't mean the whole country does not have faith in the religion, which is proudly we say we are Hindu. And it's a struggle of 500 years.
10 crore has been allocated per parliamentary
and it is a matter which
from
is
the Bharatiya Janata Party.
This is linked to our heart. And by our mind, we have won the case in the court. It's a continuous struggle. It's not like the Congress party who used to say in 2019, Hujur, अभी इस पे फैसला मत दीजिए, अभी इस पे बहस चलने दीजिए, 2019 का चुनाव प्रभावित हो जाएगा. You guys always took Ram Mandir and Hindus for granted and you keep on insulting them every now and then. It's in your habit now. I don't care, you become my party of any religion, but you don't have any right to insult Hindus and Hindu god and deities.
Let me get in, Mr.
On a continuous basis, your President Kharge says...
Absolutely, and...
His President Kharge says Sanatan आ जाएगा तो मोदी आ जाएगा तो सनातन का राज आ जाएगा. तो किसका राज चाहिए हिंदुस्तान में? अगर
वारिस पठान असदुद्दीन ओवैसी साहब भी आजकल बहुत अपसेट हैं. कभी कहते हैं सब लोग मस्जिद चले जाएं. Sometimes he says 1,000 years of work has been destroyed. What is the work? What is the work that you are talking about? Is the destruction, are the invaders people that you're talking about, that the invasions into India were good and you know, should carry on in the future as well? My question to you is that the Supreme Court, and this battle has been fought at various levels in courts, the Supreme Court finally gave its verdict and that verdict is now being implemented. Why do people even today get up and make statements? Godhra ho jayega, Ram Lalla has been kidnapped, your leader also says things every other day. The question is, when will there be closure and why is there no closure so far? And why are Hindus being made a target, as the Prime Minister says, that hurting Hindus seems to be everybody's hobby, everybody's pastime?
Navika, I will answer to her questions. There are two important points which I like to bring before the nation. The first is the speech of Owaisi. Asad Owaisi's speech was based on facts and reality. Is it not a reality that on the 6th of December 1992, through a conspiracy, our Babri Masjid was demolished? And if we tell our youth, Muslim youth, that please, we have already lost our one mosque, kindly go to masjids, explore the masjid, go there, pray namaz, pray Quran, give azan. Otherwise, they will take other mosques also. Now, is this incitement or is this just informing them? If this is incitement, we will do this every day. Now, coming back to what is incitement, provocation and fear-mongering. Let me tell you, the BJP leaders are doing fear-mongering, provocation and incitement, are trying to create communal divide between two people in the country presently. For example, Giriraj, what made him say, Babri to jhanki hai, Kashi Mathura baki hai, aur bhi dekhenge? Is this not provocation? Is this not incitement? Devendra Fadnavis, the Home Minister of Maharashtra, he says that I feel proud that I was part of the Kar Sevaks who demolished the mosque. Why does he not go there and say this before the honorable court? They will take care of him. And is this not a provocation or incitement? Maharashtra's chief minister, he goes to a dargah and says that we will try to see that this is demolished. Is this not provocation? Is it relevant time? That is why I say that the BJP have made a simple religious ceremony into a political event. And now as far as Pran Pratishtha is concerned, there are several Hindu religious scholars, including Subramaniam Swamy, the BJP leader. They have tweeted, they have quoted that Narendra Modi cannot go and take part in this Pran Pratishtha. The reason being that couple should be present. He is alone. What will happen to that? Why nobody talks about that? Everybody wants to keep silent. But we, and let me tell you, I say it and reiterate it again, that generations, our coming generations, we will inform them that our Babri Masjid was stretched. Earlier the Congress, during the Congress rule, they said, locks खोल दिए, मूर्ति प्रकट हो गई, and after that they filed an affidavit before the Honorable Supreme Court, and 6 December 1992, through a conspiracy, our Babri Masjid was demolished. And let me ask you a simple question, Navika. Keep the hand on your heart and answer to my question. Had Bhagwan Ram been there, would he want a person to demolish a masjid and make a temple for him? He would never have done that. He would have said, no, किसी की मस्जिद को तबाह करके, बर्बाद करके, शहीद करके, डिस्ट्रॉय करके मेरे लिए मंदिर बनाने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है. दिस वुड हैव बीन हिज वर्ड. बट हियर द बीजेपी पीपल आर देयर, देते हैं भगवान को धोखा, इंसान को क्या छोड़ेंगे. राम के नाम पे 2 से लेकर 350 क्रॉस कर दिया गया. और यही तो लोग बोल रहे हैं ना, ये किसी के नहीं हुए, ये भगवान राम के नाम पे भी अपनी ऊंची सियासत कर रहे हैं. दिस इज व्हाट दे आर डूइंग देयर. इन द नेम ऑफ राम दे मेड trust. In the trust, what did they do? Gapla.
आप नहीं कर रहे.
Are calling me, my
aren't you doing politics? Aren't you doing politics in the name of the Ram Mandir, Waris Pathan? You know, you are coming out holier than thou. You are also doing politics. But Ajay Alok wants to respond to you before I get in Anand Ranganathan to counter you on facts. Ajay Alok.
And I will complete my point.
Counter.
10 seconds.
You've taken more than 2 minutes. Now, Ajay Alok.
Mr. Waris Pathan, Mr. Waris Pathan has no rights to say all these things about Ram. That had Lord Ram been here, he would have said कि किसी की मस्जिद तोड़ के हम मंदिर नहीं बनाएंगे. So did Allah said to Babar that break the mandir and build Babri Masjid there? Please don't get religion and religious sentiments involved into it. Many people will get hurt with what you are saying. This is not right. What Supreme Court had said.
What is the BJP involving himself into it? Is the BJP not doing?
Second of things, we all know. We all know how many temples were broken. How many temples were broken and how Places of Worship Act came into place. We all know. Let's not get into that. So. You will be stuck.
Did the Supreme Court
say
so
that
the temple was demolished and a masjid was made on that?
The Ram Mandir is coming up. You want to go, go. You don't want to go, don't go. But lakhs of Muslims are having their devotions towards Ram Mandir. Unlike you.
The Constitution.
Unlike you, who still consider yourself to be the ruler. हमारे हुक्मरानों ने यहाँ रूल किया. And you talk of tolerance.
You
talk of tolerance. 20 crore Musliman, 100 crore Hindu. You talk of tolerance. 15 minute की पुलिस हटा लो. फिर बताएंगे. You talk of tolerance.
That time there was no constitution.
They were invaders, not rulers. They invaded India.
Today, why?
They invaded India.
Today, who said?
Read the history.
Today you have to follow the constitution.
They break the temples and
why don't you follow the Places of Worship Act 1991? Why? What?
We are going through the constitution.
And is it 1 minute. Waris Pathanji, 1 minute. Waris Pathanji, after a Supreme Court verdict, if this is the situation, Waris Pathanji, I don't know when acceptance will begin to come in. This is This is the Supreme Court which has decided.
Did they accept the Supreme
Where
Court verdict on
is the
Sabarimala?
dispute? The dispute
Did
has
they
now been
accept the
settled.
Supreme Court's verdict on Sabarimala? Kindly ask them this question, Navika.
What?
During Sabarimala, they never accepted. Amidst never accepted the judgment in the Sabarimala case. Now, today, when I am making a serious point, that the BJP is trying to polarize the situation prior to 2024 because they want to divert the mind of the nation from the basic issue.
I'm sorry, correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong.
15 lakh.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Anand Ranganathan. In Sabarimala, as in the Ram Mandir case, everybody did a review petition and went to the court again. The review petition took a certain view in the Ram Mandir case. It took a certain view in the Sabarimala case. Why is Mr. Waris Pathan stoking once again, inciting these kind of issues that have been settled by the top court in the country?
Not
Good evening,
incitement,
Navika.
informing.
I hope I will not be
Kindly
interrupted
use the word informing. Don't use the word incitement.
Now,
The word
Waris
is
Pathan
informing.
Sahab, this is very
informing
unfair
the people, yeah.
It's 25 minutes. I have listened to you. Okay. I vehemently disagree with you, but please, you must allow me 2 minutes because you spoke on so many lies. It will definitely take more than 2 minutes to rebut, but I just want 2 minutes of the time. Navika, please. 3-4 things. Number one, it is shocking for Mr. Waris Pathan Sahab to say that Sabarimala verdict has not been accepted. It's been years. Has the BJP government overturned it, which it was in its full rights to do so if it wanted to appease the Hindus, because it was perceived discrimination of Lord Ayyappa in the case of Sabarimala. Unlike the Congress, that blatantly in trying to appease the Muslims when people like Waris Pathan were quiet, overturned the Shah Bano judgment. But did the BJP, did Narendra Modi overturn the Sabarimala judgment? Don't talk lies. And secondly, it's very offensive. Extremely offensive for Mr. Waris Pathan Sahab to say, अगर राम जिंदा होते तो क्या वो कहते कि बाबरी मस्जिद जहां पे डिमोलिश करी है वहां पे मंदिर बनाओ? पहली बात।
I said राम होते तो
मैं भी वही कह रहा हूं। मैं आपको ही कोट कर रहा हूं। पहली बात।
I said
the
Ram would have never wished for this. मैंने ये कहा राम कभी ये नहीं होने देते.
मैं भी वही, I'm quoting you. What is wrong and offensive that I'm saying? I'm quoting you, Waris Pathan Sahab. Navika, am I not? So please don't interrupt because I quoted you verbatim. Now, number two, it is very important for you to understand that the Ram temple has not been made upon demolition of Babri Masjid. It's been 30 years since Babri Masjid was demolished. If the Hindus wanted to make the Ram temple on it, they would have made it in 1993, 94, 95, 96. They waited for 30 years. 1 billion Hindus left it in the hands of 5 people. That is what democracy is. If people wanted the most sacred of their land to be consecrated again and a temple rebuilt, do you think they would have got the legal way? But this is the Hindu way. We believe in the rule of law. They waited for 30 years, so it is completely blatantly wrong for you to say that Ram temple is being built upon demolishing the Babri Masjid. It is being built because the Supreme Court has legally and lawfully allowed the Hindus to build it.
No.
Now, number 3, Navika, it is shocking and it is absolutely clear that Owaisi is clearly inciting. One can't even say, learn something from your brother because he's worse. The fact of the matter is, you must look at the psychology of people who are blatantly hating Hindus. Please give me 30 seconds. The psychology is not few years old. The psychology doesn't take you back to about 20, 30 years. The psychology takes you back to 1951, when after centuries of demolition and desecration, the Somnath temple was to be consecrated again and rebuilt again. And it was left in the hands of one Mr. Munshi, who was part of the cabinet. And you know what Nehru said? He dissuaded him. Nehru dissuaded Rajendra Prasad to even go for the inauguration. Nehru said, I fear Hindu revivalism. And Munshi was incensed, and now I quote him, please give me 30 seconds. He said, he wrote to Nehru, he said, yesterday you referred to Hindu revivalism. It is my faith in the past which has given me the strength to work in the present and to look forward to our future. I cannot value freedom, Mr. Prime Minister, if it deprives us of the Bhagavad Gita or uproots our millions from the faith with which they took upon our temples and thereby destroys the texture of our lives. This shrine, once restored to a place of importance in our life, will give our people a pure conception of religion and a more vivid consciousness of our strength. So vital. This is what Munshi said. And he went ahead. and the president also went ahead to inaugurate the Somnath temple. But Nehru's super
absolutely,
but
the fact is not about history. The fact is not about history. No. The fact is not about history at this moment. We've moved on from that era. We've come into the present and cut to the present. The Supreme Court verdict is there. The Ram Mandir is being built now, 19 days away from the consecration. And Abbas Haider, in the middle of this, when people, 1 minute, Waris Pathan ji, Abbas Haider bhi hai. He's also a genuine political party who has the right to express himself. So let me get in Abbas Haider. Abbas Haider, all that is in the past, was in the past. Can we turn a new leaf and go forward now and stop the politics on it? Koi keh raha hai Godhra ho jayega. Somebody is coming out and saying that he's become a poll agent. Somebody is saying Ram Lalla has been kidnapped. Somebody is saying I'm getting very worried this country is going to become a Hindu Rashtra. Somebody comes out and says, this should not be done. It is against the constitution. I just want to ask you, can secularism be defined in a manner to only target one community, one faith? Should we not respect all faiths and all communities? And do you think somewhere or the other, the opposition is losing track of what is the real meaning of secularism as opposed to the political meaning of secularism?
Navika ji, first of all, that's how the constitution of our country defines secularism, when the state does not have a religion of its own and every citizen is free to practice and preach his or her own religion. Now the problem here is, Navika ji, it's a very happy thing, the Ram Mandir issue has been resolved. Certainly there was dispute between two parties, but since the Supreme Court of this country has given a unanimous decision on Ram temple issue, the issue was, there was a full stop on the issue. There is no issue left at all. And that is what the problem of Bharatiya Janata Party is. Because of using this issue, because of politicizing this issue, they have started from 2 MPs and now they have crossed 300 MPs in the parliament. This is what they have done. And what is their role in working for the Ram Mandir? They have basically derailed and delayed the process of Ram Mandir. Have they fought for Ram Mandir in the court ever? Can Mr. Alok tell us? No, they have done nothing for this. And now when the Ram Mandir is getting constructed on the order of the Honorable Supreme Court, they want to take credit of it. For Samajwadi Party, religion, our belief and politics are different things. We never use religion for our political interests, unlike the Bharatiya Janata Party. And we believe that when Bhagwan Ram will call people of Samajwadi Party, anybody,
you don't, Abbas Haider, really? So what is Digvijay Singh saying? What is the Shiv Sena saying? What is Digvijay Singh saying? What is Shiv Sena saying? What is BK Hari Prasad saying? What is Mr. Asaduddin Owaisi saying? Is this not politics? Number one. And number two, when everybody says that the state is supposed to be secular, may I inform you that the government owns and has the rights on many temples in many states. They have the right on the funds. In fact, in many temples, governments appoint the priests, and this has been happening since independence. I want to ask you, when you have been in power in coalitions and otherwise, did you ever question this so-called secularism where the government runs temples? It's a question that has been raised on many occasions, but it's also the core of the questions that I asked Sadhguruji. So as I thank all my panelists for joining me on debate number 1,